And welcome back, once again adventurers, to Let's Play Steins Gate 0. In the last episode, Rintaro tried to fill in the blanks here on this beta world line, which is different slightly from the beta world line that he shifted from, and found a number of details. First of all, for some reason or other, the attack on the lab that happened on New Year's never occurred. And soon afterwards, Rintaro found a possible reason as to why that never happened. It turns out that on this world line, the Amadeus system was shut down shortly after Kurisu's death. Much to the chagrin of, more annoyance really, of Professor Alexis Leskinen. And more importantly, Maho Hyajo. That means that, as far as this world line is concerned, Amadeus Kurisu never existed. And that has actually eliminated, well, quite a few problems, namely the fact that the very artificial intelligence that quite a few people seem to be after for nefarious reasons no longer exists. And yet the riddle of Kagari remains. A riddle that we actually need to solve as soon as possible. I thought for a while, then took up my phone and booted up the Rhine application. Yeah. We need to get in touch with certain people. And it looks like we're shifting to Kagari's perspective of all things. This appears to be her room at Yanabayashi Shrine. Kagari Shina felt happier and more fulfilled than the people around her thought she was. It's got a very interesting looking desk filled with all sorts of assortments, a rabbit plushie, and appears to be I think that's a television. That's definitely not a computer, since I can't see any keyboard. Her memories were missing. All she had now was memories of when she was young. She'd gone to the past when she was 10, and then gotten separated from Suzuha. Her memories afterward were a total blank, with the exception of the last few weeks. So Kagari doesn't remember the events that actually happened between her and Suzuha that led to her being left behind in 1998. Her oldest memories after her childhood were of the ceiling she saw when she woke up. It was the ceiling of an old temple, with stains here and there that looked like faces. She remembered being a little scared. Shortly after that, she was given to Yanabayashi's shrine.
Kagari-san, ocha nomimasu ka?
And is essentially a ward of sorts of Luka and his father.
Arigatou, Luka-kun.
Although she still has affections for the present-day Mayuri.
じゃあ、入れますね。
That was when she'd met Luka Rushibara. At the time, she hadn't realized that she already knew him. Luka Rushibara was a good friend of her adopted mother, Mayuri Shina, So Ruka was still alive in the events of World War III. He played with her a lot when they were kids. When she was younger, she always thought he was a woman. To Kagari's young eyes, he'd been a strong, grown-up woman. Yeah. Even in the future, Ruka's effeminate nature still kind of bleeds through, it seems. At the time, she always wondered why Suzawa called him Big Brother Ruka. And then she learned the truth. To be fair, she probably accepted it a lot better than Kurusu Makase did, who was completely mind-broken at the revelation. That's actually something that Maho can actually claim victory over Kurusu for. Because she wasn't as disturbed by the revelation. But the Ruka in front of her now was far younger than the one she had known. He looked like a very pretty girl, and not nearly as strong. So she'd only realized that he was the Ruka Rushibara she knew after meeting her mother. So in other words, in the far future of 2036, Ruka Rushibara finally attained the self-confidence that he'd been looking for his whole life.
ローズマリーティー、集中力や記憶力が上がるって聞いて、フェイリスさんに分けてもらったんです。
So Ruka's trying to carefully find a way to get Kaguri's memory back. Which makes sense. Improving your memory and finding lost memory seemed like totally different things to her, but she didn't say so. I think Ruka would understand that sentiment. Just the thought made her very happy. Ruka, Mother Mayuri, and the rest of Okabe's friends were all trying to help her get her memories back. It would probably make most people nervous not having their memories. It would be hard not knowing what you'd experienced. Lately, Rintaro has kind of been going through the exact same thing between switching world lines. But to be honest, Kagari didn't think she needed to remember. Sometimes it seemed like a memory was about to come back. Each time, her mind would roar with a sense of fear and anxiety.
もしかして美味しくなかったですか?
I think she's just pondering. Ruka saw that she'd only taken a sip and stopped, and he seemed worried.
そんなことない。美味しいよ。ただちょっと考え事をしてただけ。考え事？そう。でも大したことないんだ。
She took a sip of the tea, hoping to change the subject.
それにしても、ルカ君って本当に男の子
？Everyone else said he was, but still, it just didn't seem right to her. Unfortunately, it's the truth.
そうですけど。
Or probably I should say fortunately, for it's the truth.
やっぱりどう見ても女の子にしか見えないよね。そんなこと言われても。
Neither do I, for that matter.
そうだ。ねえ、明日一緒にお風呂入ってみる
？Male or female, Ruka is still several years younger than you, Kagari Shina.
そうすればルカ君が本当に男の子なのかどうかわかるでしょ
Yeah,
ダメですよそんなのどうして
yeah. We need to get off the subject.
だって女の人と一緒にお風呂なんてそんな
Given that Ruka is only about 17, yeah, this
お姉
is...
さんとは一緒に入ってなかったの入ってましたけどそれは小さい頃の話で
Indeed, but Ruka is not a child anymore, and neither are you, Kagari Shina. I don't see what's so amusing.
かがりさんごめんごめん冗談だよ冗談ルカ君が可愛いからついからかっちゃったそんな
I think everyone teases
そうい
Ruka
う
too
反応を
much
見せるってこ
sometimes.
とはやっぱり男の子なんだね最初からそうだって言ってるじゃないですか
Indeed, Ruka is male, XY. Even when he was upset, he still looked like a girl, she thought.
ご覧のようにこちらのお店では数十種類にも及ぶ食べ物が全部食べ放題なんです
Looks like they're doing a segment on food. The TV screen had been showing all kinds of delicious food. Apparently they're looking at all-you-can-eat buffets.
すごいなあ
The sight of it almost moved her to tears.
今の時代ってすごいよね私の知ってる未来とは大違い
Indeed. The world that Kagari came from, it's, to say that it's bleak is an understatement. A serious understatement.
そうなんですか未来の世界ってどんな感じなんです知りたい
There's that fear that Rintaro was talking about. Ruka looked a little uncertain. And even though she'd asked, Kagari wasn't certain she should tell him. The future she knew was filled with despair. Everyone struggled desperately to stay alive, hoping that tomorrow would somehow be better. If they knew there was no hope, how would they survive?
やっぱりやめておきます
I hope you have your phone on you, Rintaro Okabe. Because kudos to you, good sir. You called it. And you get a gold star. Kagari sighed in relief.
その方がいいよだって未来は変えられるものだから
Unfortunately, changing the future is easier said than done.
未来は変えられるうんママがねそう言ってたきっと変えられる変えてくれるって
Unfortunately, Kagari hasn't remembered that when Suzuha tried to change the future to make the world a better place, for some reason or another, Kagari behaved well. It's actually better if she doesn't remember that, but It's necessary that she does at some point.
帰ってくれる
But Mayuri seemed certain that Rintaro would change the future, somehow. That's what Mayuri had always told Kagari, even though 11 years prior to 2036, Rintaro Okabe dies. That was a tiny light of hope.
なんだっけな、シュタインなんとかって。
In other words, Mayuri Shina from the future was hoping that Rintaro would reach Steins Gate.
シュタインズゲートですか？そう、それは必ずあるってママは言ってた。って言いながら、それが何なのか私もよくわからないんだけど。
Yeah. There is one person you could ask about the truth of Steins Gate, and that is Rintaro Okabe. But, prepare yourselves for a world of disappointment. Steins Gate. To be honest, Kagari didn't know exactly what that meant. That's because it has no meaning. They're just two words. Steins Gate. It's not actually there. It's just something that Rintaro Okabe made up off the top of his head during his glory days of hoeing Kioma. But each time Mayuri said it, Kagari had felt warmth in her heart. Someone would come to lead them to Steins Gate. When she thought about that gave her hope. Of course, Steins Gate is referring to the world line that is unobserved and unknown at this point.
さて、それでは次の特集です。
Looks like there's
今、
another
世界で
segment.
記憶の再生技術に関する研究が進められているのはご存知でしょうか？
Well, that's incredibly convenient memory restoration technology.
今日はその最先端を走るあるアメリカの大学の特集です。
Let me guess. Viktor Chondria University. It actually looks like a pretty nice looking campus. The news show had finished its food report and had already switched to another topic. Now it was showing a college campus covered in greenery. It was a wide open space that clearly wasn't Japanese. That's because Viktor Chondria is in America. The second she saw it, she suddenly felt dizzy.
こちらはビクトル・コンドリア大学。一見普通のキャンパスに見えるこの大学。
This is the campus in which Maho and Leiskinen work, that Kurisu Makase worked in, and the campus that Rintaro Okabe is hoping to get into.
しかし、この学内では今、ある大きなプロジェクトが進められています。
The discussion became more technical. It was far beyond what Kagari, who only had her memories as a child, could understand. But
Channel 変えましょうか。あ、待って。
let's see where this leads. Kagari stopped him before he could get to the remote.
カガリさん、わかるんですか？
Given the fact that she was raised by Mayuri? Probably not.
脳の構造、記憶を捏造することはできるかっていう話。
Or maybe she can follow the basic gist of it, I suppose.
へえ、すごいですね。僕には難しくて何が何だか。
I wonder if in the next 26 years, or 25 years I should say, since it's 2011, if Mayuri still has trouble with complicated things as an adult as she did when she was a kid, or a teenager at any rate. She suddenly found herself easily understanding what was being said. Why? How? How could she understand this?
そう、そんなに難しい話じゃないよ。記憶は脳の中の海馬っていうところが司ってるんだけど、その中に視上界って呼ばれるところがあるのね。
That is an interesting question. How does Kagari know about neuroscience? Gyrus dentatus. Granule-shaped cells found near the hippocampal gyrus. Anatomy treats them as distant from the hippocampus, but the field of neurology often uses the term hippocampus to refer to both of them. Recent research has revealed that neurogenesis occurring in the gyrus dentatus plays an important role in forgetting things. But, the tip says gyrus dentatus, but, that says the, fascia dentata. Don't know what that's about. Unless that's relating to the same thing, which it probably is. She was surprised at what she was saying, but the words kept coming anyway.
そこで行われる神経細胞の生産が既存の神経回路の再編を引き起こすの。それによって記憶の忘却が誘発されるんだ。
It is indeed incredibly curious that Kagari would know all this knowledge.
で、この研究チームがマウス実験をしてみたら、記憶の捏造が見られたっていう話。あ、ほら、あの奥の部屋、あそこでマウス実験なんかをしてるの。
Another question. How do you know that? Why do you know that?
かがりさん、もしかしてこの大学知ってるんですか？
It certainly seems that way. And yet, she suddenly realized that Ruka was looking confused. And with good reason.
だってなんだか詳しそうな口ぶりでしたし。
Indeed you do. Somehow. The TV was showing something that looked like a lab. The camera went to the back of the room. A white door was opened that led to the next room.
この部屋で行われたマウスを使った実験、 それによって研究チームは
ううん、知らない。
And yet Kagari has no idea what Viktor Chondria is.
でも今
That's right, she wasn't familiar with it. She didn't know anything about any place like this. But she knows something.
わからない、知らないけど、なんでだろう。さっきは知ってるような気がしたの。
It's almost like somebody has implanted a huge amount of knowledge in your head. There was suddenly a piercing pain in the back of her head. It felt like the beginning of something terrifying. She suddenly felt very nervous. Was she getting her memories back? Looks like we're back with Rintaro once again. Back at the Future Gadget Laboratory. Or outside of it, rather. In front of the building. And now we're inside again. Well.
いいか、おめえの頼みを聞いてやるわけじゃねえ。それだけは忘れるんじゃねえぞ。
Looks like we have another favor from Tanuji.
感謝します。
This morning, I'd gone to Tanuji and asked him to protect Kagari if something happened. That meant I had to talk to him about his role as a rounder again. And I had to tell him that Kagari was caught up in something big too. But since this was the second time I had the conversation, I was able to make it go a little smoother. That was only relative to the first time though. I never wanted to ask him for anything like this ever again. We're already treading on very thin ice as it is.
おい岡部、おめえら一体何に関わってやがる。
More than you could possibly know, Yugo Tanuji. More than you could possibly know. I stopped myself.
話せねえってか。頼み事するだけして随分と虫のいい話だな。
すみません。
We can't really play our hand too much.
だがそれでいい。
At least Tanuji is willing to help us this time.
情報ってのは最後の切り札だ。そこでペラペラ喋っちまうようなら俺は降りてたぜ。
So it seems like Tanuji finally has a modicum of respect for Rintaro. We should probably take this free piece of advice while we can.
せいぜい気をつけるんだな。
You know the situation is dire when Yugo Tanuji is giving Rintaro Okabe advice.
ありがとうございます。
Anything.
分かったから。そうやってかしこまんな。どうにもやりにくくてしょうがねえ。
I thought you found it hard to deal with us when we were hoeing Kiyoma. I bowed to him once more anyway and left the raunchy workshop. Let's actually hope that we never have to cross paths again. Ever. I managed to get Tanuji's help. And this morning, I got another person on my side as well. Moeka Kiryu. She was a lot easier than Tanuji. Although at this point, I don't think she's really involved with Maho anymore. I checked with Daru last night and found that just like in the old world line, we'd hired her to find out more about Kagari. So that hasn't changed. All I had to do was ask her to keep looking into what Kagari had been doing before she come to this town. Now I'd done everything I could in case something happened. All that was left to pray that nothing did. Those prayers never work, Rintaro. I got back to the lab, where Luka was waiting. He had a very serious look on his face, and he said he needed to talk to me.
実はかがりさんの記憶のことで気になることがあって。
かがり
とは言っても、これが記憶を取り戻すことにつながるかどうかはわからないんですけど。
構わない。気になることがあるなら話してくれ。
はい。
Luka started to fidget and rubbed his knees together. Then he looked up to me and slowly opened his mouth.
ゆうべテレビで記憶の研究についての特集をやっていて、アメリカの大学で行われているものだったんですけど、それを見ていたかがりさんがまるでその学校を知っているような口ぶりだったんです。
That's what's been bothering Luka.
アメリカの大学？どこの大学だ？
なんだか難しい名前の学校で、確かビクトル・コンドル？
ビクトル・コンドリア大学か？
The very same.
あ、そうです。その学校です。
Viktor Chondria University. That was where Kurusu had studied. Kagari knew Viktor Chondria? If that was true, then how? I think that's a question that Kagari would like answered. The most obvious possibility was that she went there too. But how would a kid who went missing in Japan go to an American school, and one of the best at that? Of course it wasn't impossible, but...
どうでしょう。何か手がかりになりそうでしょうか。
Maybe not the one that breaks the case per se, but it is an important clue.
さすがにそれだけじゃ何とも言えないが。
そうですか。
That said, overlooking it would probably be a colossal mistake. Rukako's shoulders slumped in disappointment.
でも手がかりにならないというわけじゃない。
それじゃあ。
ああ、確かめてみる必要はあるな。
It's a lead, we can say that much.
改まってお話って何かな。
And now, we've got Kagari here. The best way to find out was to talk to her directly. Kagari was just about to start work, and she seemed put off by the fact that I'd suddenly asked to speak to her.
話はちょっと待ってくれるか。もう一人呼んであるんだ。
もう一人？
It'll probably be easier if we have Ruka with us. I didn't know a lot about Viktor Chondria myself. I could ask Kagari what she knew about the school, but I couldn't tell if her information was accurate or not. There was a better person she could ask, and I think I know who that is. Someone who should be here any minute. So it's not Ruka after all. It's somebody else. And that someone is
お邪魔しま
Maho.
す。
The best way to find out about the school was to ask someone who actually went there. In fact, Maho was to this day a part of their brain science lab.
Oh, Maho-san, konnichiwa. Hi, genki?
Maho still didn't know that Kagari was from the future. I'd have to keep her from finding out.
それにしても本当にクリスに似てるわよね。
Similarities, but there are differences as well. So they're not completely identical. Maho stared at Kagari, then whispered so that only I could hear. It made sense. I've been surprised myself. I started by explaining to Maho why I brought her here. Hopefully we don't give away too many details.
じゃあ何？つまり彼女がうちの学校にいたかもしれないっていうの？
You just need to see if that's the
ちょ
case.
っと待って、そんなこと言われても私、そのなんとかトルコドリア大学なんて知らないよ。ビクトル・コンドリア大学。ほらね、名前だってちゃんと覚えてないんだもん。
でも昨日は知っている様子だったんだろルカ子。
It wasn't so much she recognized the university per se.
はい、奥にある部屋でネズミさんを使った実験を行っているって。そしたらその後本当にその部屋での実験の様子が映って。
カガリはそのことは？
覚えてない。
Well, we're gonna have to try another tactic. I couldn't imagine that Rukuko would lie, or that there would be any point to him doing so. But the same was true for Kagari too.
漆原さん、その研究室どこだったかわかる？詳しくはわからないんですけど、脳とか記憶とかそんな研究をしているって言ってました。ということはもしかすると脳科学研究所かもしれないわね。
The brain science lab. That was where...
私が所属しているところよ。
Indeed. And also where Kurusu worked too.
それじゃあもしかしたらカガリはヒアジョーさんやクリスと会っていたかもしれないということか。
I wonder about that.
あくまでも家庭の話よ。脳科学を研究しているところは一つじゃないし、
That's also true.
私のいるところだって陰性だけじゃなく一般の研究者もたくさん出入りしてるもの。私だって研究所にいる人間全員と顔を合わせたわけじゃないわ。
Well, Maho can't be expected to remember everyone, I
ただ
suppose.
同じ日本人となると見かければ記憶には残っているでしょうね。
I wonder, yeah, if Maho saw somebody who looked very similar to Kurusu, she'd probably remember, which meant she didn't remember it, which meant she probably hadn't met her.
ルカ子、他にカガリのことで気になったことはないか？
There was one other thing.
カガリさん、時々びっくりするくらい難しいことを知っていたり。 私だって難しいことくらい知ってるもん。
Kagari pouted. That was one expression that was totally different from Kurisu.
例えばバラとか憂鬱とか。
Those were just words that were complicated to write in Japanese.
昨日はテレビで記憶の捏造について放送していたんですけど、それもなんだか詳しそうでした。記憶の捏造ね。確かにその研究をしているチームもいるわ。私たちも一度話を聞かせてもらいに行ったもの。
Indeed, and for some reason Kagari seemed to know a lot about that.
カガリ、今その話はできるのか？
ね、それがよくわからないの。私、本当にそんなことを話してた？話してましたよ。
Looks like it's going to be harder than we thought. She put her hand between her eyebrows and thought. She really didn't remember, it seemed. Well, that was a bust. I hope that Maho doesn't feel like we've been wasting our time.
最近まではそれほど。この何日かで急に。
So it's been happening a short while ago. I didn't know how Kagari could know things about Viktor Chondria, but it clearly had something to do with her missing memories. If I followed the trail a little longer, I might learn some clues. It was possible that I might be able to bring back her memories. Try as she might, Kagari can't seem to remember anything. Suddenly she started to moan in pain.
かがりさん、どうしたんですか？ちょっと頭が痛いんですか
？Rukiko was looking at her face, worried.
ちょっぴり。
少し横になるか？
And probably take a paracetamol or two in case it gets worse.
少し話をせかせすぎたかもしれないな。
Maybe it is.
そうね。負担が大きかったのかもしれないわね。
Maho was looking worried too.
本当に平気？
The problem is that we can't really predict just what exactly will trigger her memory or the return of her memories.
大丈夫です。ありがとう、先輩。だったらいいのだけど。
As do we all. The conversation was so natural that Maho and I almost missed it.
おい、今。
Wait a minute.
Mm. 先輩って。
That she did.
かがり、君今確かに先輩って呼んだよな。ヒアジョーさんのこと。
嘘、私そんなこと。いいえ、間違いなく言ったわ。 漆原さん、あなたも聞いていたわよね。
Indeed, we all heard it. Senpai. The Japanese word used to address an older classmate or colleague. I just learned that Maho and Kagari hadn't met at Viktor Chondria. Did that mean it was just a mistake? The sound of footsteps coming up the stairs distracted me. They were so heavy, there was no need to wonder who it was. Looks like Daru's back.
What's
It's been quite a while since we've seen him.
おう、魔法タンも来てったん？
その呼び方はやめて。
足りるかな？ひふみ。
What's this about? He ignored Maho's complaint and started to count the number of people in the room. There was some kind of paper bag in his hands.
よかった、大丈夫みたい。
Apparently he
何が
bought
大丈夫なんだ？
snacks?
ほら、この前駅前にできたアトルあるでしょ？あそこに美味しそうなプリン売っててさ、たまにはと思って買ってきたんだけど、人数分あるかなって。
So he brought pudding from a new store. Why not? It's probably delicious. He put down the bag, opened the box, and started putting the pudding cups on the table.
ダル、後にしろ。
何みんな難しい顔して。僕がこんなん買ってくるの、そんな珍しい？
To answer your question, Daru, yeah, it is pretty rare. But we're in the middle
ま
of
あ確か
something.
にその通りだけど、ちょうどバイトで結構な臨時収入が入ったんだよね。仕事ができる上に気配りと収入を持ち合わせている僕に惚れてもいいの？あれ？
Feel free to ignore him. He turned the bag over and started shaking
ス
it.
プーンが一人分足りない。さては店員のお姉さん、入れ忘れたな。
Well, never mind, I'm sure there's one lying around the lab.
使ってないスプーンなら確か流しのところに。あ、私マイスプーン持ってるから。
Wait a minute. What was that Kagari just said? Rukiko stood up to get a spoon from the sink, then suddenly stopped. He looked at Kagari with a confused expression. You're not the only one. Because Kagari didn't just say,
かがりさん、マイスプーンなんて持ってましたっけ？
Indeed, my spoon.
かがりさんが持ってたのってウーパのキーホルダーだけだったような。あれ？そうだよね。おかしいな。なんで私持ってるなんて。
Come to think of it, there was somebody else who had her own personal spoon. Somebody that we know quite well. Too well, in fact. Her own spoon. I'd heard someone say that before. Not many people carry their own spoons around. It was common in Japan to carry your own personal set of chopsticks lately, but not spoons. But I knew. I'd known someone who carried her own spoon, with her own initials engraved upon it. No less. Someone who also wanted a personalized fork as well. It was Kurisu Makase. Just a moment ago, she called Maho Senpai. Did Kagari know Kurisu after all? But that doesn't explain why she would say she had her own spoon.
向こうで君のことを先輩と呼ぶ人間は何人いた？
一人だけよ。
Well,
先
that
輩と
narrows
か
down
後
the
輩とか
list.
そういう呼び方とか関係は日本独特のものだから。
There was no need to even ask who it was.
私を先輩と呼んでたのはクリスだけ。
I
ク
knew
リ
it.
ス。
カガリ、君はマキセ・クリスのことを知ってるのか？
クリス、マキセ・クリス。
She says that name so naturally. Did she know her? And was she imitating her? But why would she need to do that?
マキセ・クリス。
Kagari seemed to be desperately searching her memories, but it didn't seem to be working. This is certainly an interesting turn of events. But when we return, adventurers, we shall try delving into this puzzle a little bit closer and see if we can't find the solution to this particular riddle. As always, adventurers, until next we meet.